Okay,
Okay.
so today we're going to talk about the idea of having a digital object.
Yeah, okay. So how do you feel about it actually?
Well, I think, like, my original thought is I feel like a digital object is something that is very intangible
Yeah.
and it's less academic compared to what we normally have as an essay or a report.
Yeah. So, but do you think that's beneficial actually? Yeah, I think it's for sure less academic because like you don't have to like even if we have content, we don't actually have to put real thought into it. Unlike like an essay, where you actually have like you have to find references, you have to phrase it like choose your words very well. In like a blog or like a picture, it seems like there's less thinking going on.
Yeah, and I mean, at the beginning of our thinking process or how we structure our digital object, it's not as clear compared to essay because,
Yeah.
for example, like traditional essay, we have structure, we have a question. Like for us, we don't really have a question. Like, how do you shape your digital object? Like,
Yeah.
there's no actual thing that you can follow.
Yeah.
But then, like after our conversation with Jacob, we actually provide us more guidelines and like we realize that actually not having like structure, not having guidelines is a way to provide us more
Yeah.
space, like or
Agreed.
more creativity.
Yeah, I really think so too. Like it was after that meeting with him, I think we realized that there was actually something very different about a digital object that we can't get from an essay. Yeah, like what you said, like in the sense that you have so many different platforms, you have videos, you have like interactive maps. So when each person does their own part, like you build on it, right? You actually come up with something that's a lot more creative. And sometimes, and I remember at the start we were so annoyed that we didn't know what exactly we had to do. We didn't even know what a digital object is. Like, is it a website? Do you just call it a website or what is it? But sometimes, after a while, I think we realized that like if you want it to be that free, like you want people to really have freedom of expression and creativity, you can't
Give them
you
straight
can't really tell them
guidelines.
what to do. And so sometimes maybe it was necessary that it was so vague and ambiguous, right?
Yeah, I think this leads to the point that like the digital object is quite uncertain.
Yeah.
But then, like we don't know like where to come up with an argument. Like we don't unlike like typical essay, we don't know when to have argument, counter argument. But
Yeah.
like for us, we design our own project, like how we format our digital object, and then within there, we explore like how we set our own questionnaire without anyone telling us what to actually include in there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think our view for digital object goes from very vague, very like we don't understand anything, like
Yeah.
very lost, to now we realize that actually it's quite beneficial to have a digital object.
Like it allows us to find our own direction, and when we found it, it can become something a lot more creative, a lot more
Yeah, very diverse.
Yeah,
like you
diverse.
explore the diversity
Yeah.
within